The $100,000 H1B fee that just made US developers competitive again. I've actually been following this news very closely, and I have quite controversial opinions about it. But let's just read this article to understand the background of what actually happened and why US developers are basically about to become on top of the world again and take over from Indian and Chinese developers. Okay, so President Trump just dealt the biggest blow to foreign tech workers in decades. On Friday, he signed proclamation requiring companies to pay $100,000 for many H-1B visa petitions. And by the way, this is $100,000 a year, which is completely insane. This is a small policy tweak. It's a complete game changer. The policy takes effect September 21st, 2025, giving companies less than 48 hours to prepare. I found this crazy because they literally just announced it, and then they basically said, okay, you have 2 days to basically figure this out. And if you're out of the country, everyone needs to come in now. That's literally insane. I don't know. They could have at least given everyone 1 month notice for this. What the hell? 2 days. Major tech companies are already telling their H1B workers not to travel outside the US. What actually happened? Actually, before we go into what actually happened, let's explain what the H1B is. So H1B visa is basically a specialty visa that is basically given to foreign workers, and it's meant to be given to workers with special skills. So essentially a US company is saying that we do not have US engineers that can do this, or we don't have enough US engineers that can do this, so we're going to go to India and hire from India, or go to China, or go to UK. I have some friends from the UK that actually use this to get in. But I guess the issue with this is I feel like companies basically take advantage of it because they know that if they hire someone in a H1B, that person is very, very loyal to them, because if that person stops working for them and does something else, essentially they're going to have to go back to their country. And again, it's really hard for them to leave the company because they have to find another company that is willing to sponsor them for H1B. So I think a lot of companies use this to get cheaper labor and also get really loyal labor, which is exactly, of course, what you need as a company. So what actually happened? On September 19th, Trump signed a proclamation that completely changes how H1B visas work. Entry ban. So no H1B visa may enter the United States beginning Sunday, September 21st, including current visa holders, until they pay 100K to enter. Insane. Visa fees. New H1B and H1B extension must pay 100K to be processed, and 100K per year. Let's go more into this tweet and see it. This will effectively end the H1B program completely. No one, even the highest paid at 400K, will be paying an extra 100K a year to the government. It will destroy the healthcare, higher education, and technology sectors as we know them if this isn't struck down in court. This is true because I guess I'm only thinking of it from a technology sector, but I guess it's the same with healthcare, education. A lot of people actually use this H1B visa. It's not just software engineers. The numbers that tell the real story. Here's why this matters so much. India gets 70 to 72% of all H1B visas. That's insane. I feel like they should limit it per country, because 72% from one country is kind of crazy. But then again, maybe it's because that they are the ones that are actually good enough to be getting the job, whereas other companies that are trying are actually not getting the job. So that could be it. China gets around 12%. Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and Meta amongst the biggest H1B sponsors with thousands of approvals per year. Current visa fees are just few $1,000s, not $100,000. That's crazy. That's like 100x increase. The economics just flips. Where visas cost were previously only a few $1,000s, employers now face an additional $100,000 government fee. This makes hiring foreign workers significantly more expensive than hiring US workers for many roles. Current H1B workers don't know what's next. Workers already in the US might not face the $100,000 fee immediately, but renewals or travel could trigger it. This is crazy, actually, because I guess what are these companies going to do? What are your guesses? My guess is they are going to reduce salaries and then just keep doing the same thing. So they'll just pay you $100,000 less, because some of these people are getting $300,000, $400,000. And I think even if their salary is reduced to $200,000, it's still a lot better than staying in India or going to the UK. The UK is not paying anything close to that. So I feel like the salary will be reduced by maybe 50,000 or something similar. And then it's just going to carry on as usual, or there's just going to be intense lobbying and the companies are going to end up getting what they want at the end of the day. Immigration lawyers are telling H1B holders not to leave the US until courts figure out what this rule actually means. Many workers are wondering, will my company pay $100,000 to keep me, or will they just let me go? Yeah. If it was already bad enough staying in a company with all the layoffs that are happening, I guess this is going to like increase everyone's blood pressure by around two more, like 20 more points, in fact, because yeah, now this is two things to worry about. You have AI on one end, and then you have, I guess, uh, new laws that are about to basically make you also lose your job. Why American developers just hit the jackpot? Yeah, exactly. This is what we've been waiting for. This is the best news US software developers have gotten in decades. American developers are now the cheaper option for the first time since 1990. Hiring an American developer costs less than H1B workers. Entry-level jobs are coming back because companies can't justify hiring experienced foreign workers instead of training American college graduates anymore. And I guess this is one of my controversial opinions because I actually think this is good. If I was a US developer. I'm not a US developer. I'm from the UK, as you can tell from my accent. But if I was a US developer, it would be kind of annoying, like going to a company and then just seeing a bunch of foreign workers doing a job that I can do. But essentially, they are being hired because they're more loyal because it's harder for them to stop working in that company. And also, they're kind of cheaper. I guess that would really piss me off. So I can see how this would be a great day if you're an American developer, a skilled American developer, of course. I don't think you should be hiring unskilled people. So yeah, this is particularly huge for recent CS graduates who have been facing 6.1% unemployment. That's 6.1%. That's still not bad though, because six in 100. I don't know. I feel like that's actually not that crazy. Nearly double that of philosophy majors. Oh, what the hell? What did they do? Who's hiring them? Who's hiring philosophy majors over CS graduates? That does not make any sense. What? Okay, I'm confused about that. Salaries are about to go up since companies can't access cheaper foreign workers and have to compete harder for American talent. Options for Indian developers: come to the UK. If you're an Indian developer hoping to work in America, your choices just got much more limited. Companies will only pay $100,000 for developers with extremely rare and valuable skills. So if you're a full stack engineer, consider it over for you because I guess there's a lot of those around. O1 and EB1 visas might become more popular since they don't have this fee. I actually got an O1 visa when I was running my company in the US for a few years. And let me just tell you, it's a really difficult visa to get. It's extremely annoying. Because you have to I guess the visa is literally called the extraordinary visa. So you have to prove to the US government that you're extraordinary. And being extraordinary is basically subjective. So good luck proving it to, a bunch of American immigration lawyers that you're extraordinary. You have to do a lot of stuff. Many companies will choose to hire Indian developers to work from India rather than bring them to the US. That is true. Maybe remote work is about to take off again because that's the only way to keep hiring this talent if there's not enough US developer talent. What American developers should do right now. This creates a huge opportunity, but developers need to move fast. That's true. Literally start learning your Leet code. Literally just go on Leet code right now. Just do every single easy, medium, and a few of the hard questions. And yeah, just get ready for your employment at Google to start very soon. American developers should apply to companies that ignore them before, since firms that used to hire most foreign workers might suddenly want American candidates. Everyone should update their skills immediately because companies will be picky about who they hire. Networking is crucial right now since companies are completely rethinking their hiring strategies. Smaller companies will switch to America hiring much faster than bigger tech giants. American developers now have much more leverage than before when negotiating. If you're an American software engineer, get right on it right now.